Ever notice how nobody talks about the elephant in the room when the elephant literally smells like it hasn't showered since 2012? Here's the thing. That awkward conversation you're avoiding is probably being avoided by about 7 other people in your office right now. Imagine you're sitting in a conference room, trying to focus on quarterly projections, but all you can think about is whether it's physically possible for someone to be unaware of their own odor situation. You're scanning the room, making eye contact with your coworkers, and you can see it in their eyes. They smell it too, but nobody's talking. So here's the question that keeps you up at night. How do you tell someone they smell without becoming the office villain? Do you go direct? Do you leave anonymous notes? Or do you just suffer in silence until one of you quits? What most people don't realize is that body odor in the workplace is actually a documented HR nightmare, and companies have entire protocols buried in their handbooks about this exact situation. The legal department calls it personal hygiene counseling, which is corporate speak for someone's got to tell Dave he smells like a gym bag filled with onions. Picture this scenario like you're directing a workplace sitcom, except instead of laugh tracks, you've got the sound of someone breathing through their mouth for 8 hours straight. The comedy writes itself, but the discomfort, that's painfully real. The mechanics behind why this keeps happening are actually fascinating. Most people become nose blind to their own scent after about 15 minutes of exposure. So while you're suffering through another stand-up meeting, they're genuinely clueless, going about their day like everything's normal. Here's where it gets ironically corporate. Your HR department would rather you fill out a 3-page incident report than just have a human conversation. They've got forms for everything: harassment, discrimination, workplace safety, but hey buddy, maybe try some deodorant. Doesn't fit neatly into any checkbox. The real-world impact is more serious than you'd think, though studies show that unpleasant workplace odors can decrease productivity by up to 20% and increase stress hormones in nearby workers. Before you know it, that one person's hygiene habits are costing the company thousands in lost efficiency, and nobody's connecting the dots. Now, imagine the dramatic confrontation. You finally work up the courage to say something, but how do you phrase it? Do you go with the compassionate approach, the medical concern angle, or do you just rip off the Band-Aid and hope they don't file a complaint? Some managers treat it like a performance review clinical, documented, with witnesses present. Others prefer the casual hallway chat, which sounds nice until you realize you're essentially ambushing someone with, "By the way, you reek." The adaptation phase is where things get interesting. Companies started investing in better ventilation systems, mandatory hygiene policies, and even anonymous feedback tools. Innovation always finds a way. Except in this case, innovation is just expensive air fresheners and passive-aggressive emails about professional presentation standards. What's wild is how the problem evolves. Remote work temporarily solved everything, but now that everyone's back in the office, the smell issues returned with a vengeance. It's like we collectively forgot how to exist in shared spaces for 3 years. The ongoing cycle continues because addressing personal hygiene requires vulnerability that most workplace cultures actively discourage. We'll have 15 meetings about synergy and brand alignment, but we can't have one honest conversation about basic cleanliness. Present-day persistence looks like this. Grown adults sending group chats about who's going to tell them, managers pretending they don't notice, and facilities constantly ordering industrial-strength air purifiers. Despite all our progress in workplace culture, we're still too uncomfortable to address the most basic human issues. The irony? Companies spend millions on wellness programs, mental health initiatives, and team-building exercises, but they won't invest 20 minutes in training managers how to have difficult conversations about personal hygiene. We've normalized talking about therapy and burnout, but body odor remains the final taboo. The striking truth is that most workplace smell situations resolve themselves. Eventually, either the person figures it out through indirect hints, someone finally speaks up, or they just move to a different job where the cycle starts all over again. But here's the kicker. That coworker you're avoiding, they might be dealing with a medical condition, financial struggles, or personal crisis they're too embarrassed to discuss. So the next time you're holding your breath in a meeting, remember, the real game isn't about who smells bad or who has the courage to say something. It's about whether we can build workplace cultures where honest, compassionate communication isn't considered career suicide. That's the uncomfortable reality behind every office air freshener and strategically placed fan. But just wait until you discover how many people are probably having this exact same internal debate about you right now. Tomorrow's awkward conversation might be even closer than you think.